I know we have a theme for today, but I have to start the episode with a thing.
I know exactly what this is.
Yeah. Then what am I gonna bring up? What am I gonna bring up?
Tacos and nachos.
What is that about? What the hell is that about?
Someone came into chat and they asked, should I make nachos or tacos? And I go, that's the same thing.
That is not the same thing.
It's an innie and an outie.
What the? What did you just say?
Like nacho. Think about it. Okay, like
I want to hear the reasoning. Yeah.
Okay, like,
sell me the Hispanic person on why tacos and nachos are the same fucking thing. Go ahead.
Actually, I'd like to. Anyways, on today's episode, episode 3.
So
I mean,
good.
like, listen, cereal is soup.
Shut the f up.
Pizza is a pie.
How?
Pop-Tarts are raviolis.
Wait, what the f? What are we doing here?
Yeah, raviolis are dumplings.
What? Hello and welcome to Scuff and Scuff, episode 1, the first episode of Scuff and Scuff. That is what Monarch called it on Twitter. Did you know that?
I did. Welcome to Scuff and Scuff. On today's episode, episode 1, aka episode 3, today we're talking about anime that deserve a remake. Super nostalgic episode. Yeah. I hope animation studios realize the power of nostalgia because it's so strong and it makes so much goddamn money. Take my money. Yeah.
For real. Especially now because all the kids that grew up with those anime.
Yeah. We have jobs now that we can, we can actually buy the merch without asking our moms.
We have money.
Let us pay. Let us buy the merch.
There are so many anime off the top of my head that I'm like, that need reboots, right? Oron. Right?
Yeah, big heavy hitters.
Dead Man Wonderland, Soul Eater. Like, I mean, just give them the Brotherhood treatment. Those are just some off the top of my head.
Or maybe like the actual show wasn't finished, and so they diverted so far, and they were never able to get back on like the normal path.
I mean, because at the end of the day, a lot of these anime are like, oh, we're making this to promote the manga as well. So it's like, oh, we're done. If you want to know more, go read the manga.
Yeah, they're just like their promos pretty much.
Yeah, like they're glorified 100% promos.
I also feel like sometimes these remakes, they try to make the animation so shiny for like newer eyes, like for the newer generation, and I'm like, they have to like feed into the nostalgic, like make it look like it was made like 20 years ago, but with the updated animation obviously, but have that same aesthetic. I don't know, it loses its charm when it looks so shiny and new. I don't know.
And I understand that, like, obviously they go to different studios, like it's not going to be the exact same studio from like 2010, like 15, however many years ago, but like there's still like some level of like, you have to keep it to what it was to have its identity.
I want a show from the same vein. They don't have to be sisters. I mean, they don't have to be twins. Make them sisters, you know? Like, one I would love to see is Magic Knight Ray Earth. Magic Ray Earth is a Clamp series. It's from like 1994, so it's really quite old. Like, obviously the anime is so old that it's so stylistic, but the manga style, like that super old 90s, if they adapted the new anime to be the old manga style, it'd be so good. It'd be so good.
This reminds me of like Saint Seiya like cover art, because like Saint Seiya was from the 80s and it just had that similar style of like, and the thing is, another example of a reboot right there. I love Saint Seiya. Grew up with Saint Seiya. In South America and in Europe, Saint Seiya is as popular as Dragon Ball.
Wow.
Not even exaggerating. It's so popular in South American countries that they've come out with video games and they don't call it Saint Seiya, or they don't call it Knights of the Zodiac. They call it Los Caballeros del Zodiaco, which is the Spanish title, which is so crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah. However, they did make a reboot. And it was CG, and they changed a lot.
No,
and as a fan of Saint Seiya, I'm like, you were so close. You were so fucking close. The CG doesn't look bad. Here's a lot of the complaints with the CG was it looked a lot like Western. Look, the reboot could look amazing. Like, the animation could look great, the music could be cool, but if the writing sucks, why am I gonna watch it?
I know, and it really frustrates me because I'm like, it's all right there, just adapt it. Like, it's all done for you. Just adapt it.
It really is.
I hate when companies don't realize that they can make so much money by pulling on our heartrestrings. Like, it's right. Like, it's my #1 weakness. Exploit it, please.
And the thing is, a lot of shows in like the early 2000s, they were just making these shows because it's like, oh, it's popular right now. let's do it. Oh, we're caught up to the manga. What do we do? Make an original, ending, which is what they did with the original Fullmetal Alchemist show. And then eventually, once the manga ended, they did Brotherhood. A lot of shows should really make Brotherhood style shows once the manga is done. But obviously, it's easier said than done.
Right.
Like
money.
if a show is
They're so
popular,
expensive.
money. I mean, why make a show if the original anime they made, it didn't make them as much money, and then they're like, oh, but if we make it just like the manga, surely it'll make enough money. It doesn't always work like that, right?
I have some American shows on my list here.
Like what?
Teen Titans. Now hear me out. Original Teen Titans. I have nothing against Pokemon. I mean, sorry, not Pokemon Go. I have nothing against Teen Titans Go.
Right.
It's just the style change threw me off, and so I never really got into it. But also, they never finished the story with Slade and stuff. And I loved the Terra arc. I was so in love with Teen Titans. I've talked to Chad about this way back in the day before I was even doing cover stuff. Like, I loved that show.
You want to know something sucks?
What?
So I like Teen Titans Go. That's not the part that sucks.
Oh, interesting.
The part that sucks is they came out with a movie called Teen Titans Go to the Movies. After the movie was in the theaters, they decided to tell folks after, not before, that if enough people watch that movie in the cinema, they would bring back Teen Titans the original.
No. Oh
and if
my God.
they would have just told folks before that, hey, if you watch this movie, we may bring back the original Teen Titans. Because at the end of that movie, there was a quick, like 2-second thing of the original Teen Titans. They came out with a different movie later. It's not a movie. It's a TV special where it's Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans. And it was the original Teen Titans, but it was animated in the style, but it was using the same like puppeteering, like
they dangled that in front of fans' faces.
And that was the big middle finger to you. The even crazier part is Warner Brothers and the animators are fully aware that folks want the original Teen Titans.
Yeah.
And here's the unfortunate truth as to why none of you will ever get that original Teen Titans.
Oh, don't do this.
It doesn't make money. It doesn't make money.
Really?
The original Teen Titans makes pennies in comparison to the Teen Titans Go show.
Really?
The toys sell better. It wouldn't make sense as a company to make the original Teen Titans. If the original Teen Titans was ever brought back for whatever reason, it's a passion project. There is literally no way they would bring that knowing it's gonna make a profit.
Ugh, it makes me so mad.
Yeah, 100%.
Damn,
yeah.
So upsetting.
Yeah, it is upsetting. It is 100,000% upsetting. There are like some obscure shows that I would like to see remakes of. Like there's Rave Master. I would love to see a remake
Rave
of.
Master, hell yeah!
Yeah, I love Rave Master.
I feel like with the success since like Fairy Tales ended.
Well, they're bringing it back.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, I feel like I've seen stuff online. That's why I had a question mark.
It
brings up an interesting point because we've been talking about how some remakes change the style, and it's so different that we go. It's not comfy anymore because it's different than what we're used to. But the Fairy Tale artist is doing the opposite. It's the same thing over and over again. You're comfortable with it, so it becomes like a comfort show for you because you know what to expect. You're like, oh, I like this.
Ooh. You know, honestly, that is kind of why I keep going back to Hiro Mashima's work, because I know that I'm gonna get
I know I'm gonna like it.
I'm gonna get a similar type of flavor with maybe some sprinkles this time, or maybe a little bit of chocolate chips, or maybe it's the exact same flavor but on a different cone.
Exactly. You know what to expect, so you're like, yeah, I'll invest my heart into that because I know I'm gonna like it. That's a really wow. I'm pretty smart over here.
You know what? I would like a clean reboot. I would like a reboot of Ranma.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that they've just rebooted recently, or maybe last year. Urusei Yatsura. Yeah, it's the one with like the green haired, like she's not a genie. I'm not too familiar with the work, but I'm sure you've seen art around.
Yes, I know. Yeah, she's got like little horns, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's about, but I've seen her.
Mainly for me, just seeing a Ranma like in 2024, I think it'd be really cool, or 2025.
I agree. God, that's even older. 1987 that came out.
Ranma?
Yeah, the manga.
Jesus.
Damn, we weren't even thoughts.
Yeah. Have you seen the reboot trailers for Totally Spies?
I did not know there was a new show. I only saw the game was coming out. You don't know what you're talking about. This show was my I loved this show. I wanted to become Sam. My hair is currently red. I'm slowly becoming more Sam every day.
Now, so how do you feel since we're talking about reboots and all that stuff? Honest opinion,
it's the same fault. They've made it shiny.
I think what it is the line work. And the line work as in they use the line tool in Adobe Animate as opposed to like actually drawing it.
Oh yeah, they're so thin, the lines.
Yeah, which is something that I really liked about this one transition in like anime, because a lot of anime were doing something similar, especially One Piece. But I started noticing it with Toei. Toei worked on this show called Tiger Mask. It was the first time I noticed that they were doing this, like the line, like weight or the width started like messing around. And I was like, oh, it kind of looks like classic anime where everything was like hand drawn. Wano in One Piece came around and that's what just Toei animation production started to look like. And I was like, hell yeah, whatever the hell you're doing, keep doing this thing.
Right. So, it gives it so much character when it looks like an actual human drew it.
100%.
Yeah. I think also in an age where a lot of things are becoming computer generated and we're dealing with like AI stuff.
Yeah, generative AI.
Yeah, I yearn for the touch of a human hand. You know, like in my art. Like I want to see it. I want it to be so blindingly clear a human made that. You know?
Yeah.
Damn, what could Oron do? Like if they did a
reboot, the manga is done. The manga's been done
it's
for
written.
years.
It's written. Oh, the fans have been asking for Oron forever.
Yeah, 2010.
Wow.
It's been 14 fucking years. If Fruits Basket can get a remake, which by the way, a fantastic remake.
Yeah, we have to give. We should also give props to some remakes that have like literally knocked out of the park, like Fruits Basket. Yeah. What are some? What do you like? Fruits Basket is the only one that comes to mind of like a really good anime remake. I mean, Brotherhood, obviously.
Who to say? Just like from looking at the stuff, I thought it looks good. Trigun.
Yeah, Trigun.
By the way, that's another one. Don't you dare touch Death Note.
Oh, damn straight. Yeah, they try every once in a while. They try to touch Dragon Ball. They try to touch Death Note.
Yeah.
Doesn't work out. People have been saying Inuyasha. Don't you dare touch Inuyasha.
Yeah, that one needs a remaster.
It needs a remaster, and I feel like it needs to cut a lot of the filler out.
Yeah, not a remake, remaster for sure.
Like there's the thing that happens when we're remembering what it was like when we were kids. It's like when you go back and you watch an old movie and you're like, oh my god, like I remember it being so much better. Yeah. It's like you remember how the show made you feel and like the adventure that you went on, and not the actual style. So like when you remember it beautiful. But that's what it was like in my brain, and that's what they have to touch on. But I feel like we've touched on all the remake stuff. We've definitely probably missed some stuff, and that's what...
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Well, on the remake of this episode, we'll be talking about...
Oh, brother. I'll see you in 10 years.
Or dangled in front of your head and just have a little trailer. Well, I'm excited to see what happens in the future. I love nostalgia. I want to be whacked over the head with it time and time again. Thank you so much for listening.
This was the Scuff and Stuff podcast. Oh, sorry, the Scuff and Stuff podcast, episode 1.
Episode 3. Bye!
Goodbye!